Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Just Talk with Gabe. I'm here, my sidekick is here, and so is our guest. Let's get started. Who do we have on today's show?
Today we have one truly talentedly amazing musician, Clifford.
I can't wait to learn more, but before we get started, let's give a shout out to our sponsors, Fade Life Clothing, BCK Online, and Link PR. Fade Life Clothing is a unique clothing line out of Atlanta, Georgia, geared towards those who love intoxicating style.
And BCK Online is a digital online magazine that keeps you in the know and up to date on the lives of young entertainers, rising stars, parents, and much, much more.
And Link PR is definitely the missing link to your success in the entertainment industry. I'm glad Fade Life Clothing, BCK Online, and Link PR are all back for another season. Now then, go grab your snacks, sit back, relax, and as always, enjoy the show. Clifford, welcome to the show. We're glad you could join us for an episode of Just Talk with Gabe.
Thank you so much for having me. This is wonderful.
Thank you for being on. All right.
Yeah, absolutely. My pleasure.
Let's get into it. You are a musician. Tell us how you got started in the industry.
It was really just kind of happenstance. I got really interested in kind of teaching myself how to make music after I used to be a Twitch streamer. And I used to play like live stream playing games, and then I also would do some live music on the side, like just like playing guitar and singing. And after a while, I became more known for my music than playing games, and it kind of just turned into this thing. I was like, well, why don't I just try like making some music and just kind of picking it up and just sort of kind of fell in love with it. And over the years, it took me a couple of years to teach myself how to produce. And today I'm, making everything myself currently, and, just trying to get it out there. So, yeah, I just kind of had it. It was one of those epiphany moments when you just realize that you really wanted to do something. And that's what I did. That's what happened.
That is cool. Now, okay, I have to know, what's your favorite video game? What was the one that was your go-to to play?
Okay, so what I would play on, have you ever played Counter-Strike, CS:GO?
Wow, that's very old. Wow, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That was like I played CS:GO, and I would go into, I don't know if you know anything about CS:GO, but there are these lobbies called surf lobbies, and it's basically just a bunch of people. Yeah. So there's just a bunch of people hanging out, and I would go in there and like play music for people, and then they would all come to the stream, and that was the main thing that got me a lot of notoriety.
Well, that's pretty cool.
Well, that's really ingenious.
Yeah,
see, while they're waiting, you go entertain them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
All right. So you speak French and Arabic as well. So what made you want to learn other languages?
So French, that was actually the only. I started that in 8th grade in middle school, and that was the only language that was offered. And as soon as I saw like I had an opportunity to learn a foreign language, I was just totally in it. I was just naturally gravitated towards it. And so I studied that from 8th grade all the way through senior year of college, and got a minor in it actually. And then Arabic I just picked up in college. My college just had I took like it was really, I just wanted to try it out, and I took like Arabic. My first semester I took Arabic, French, and Spanish because I knew I wanted to do. Yeah, so I took all these like languages just because I wanted to try it out. It's my first semester, right? And so I ended up having to drop one, and I kept with Arabic because it was amazing. I really didn't know anything about the culture or anything, and that's also what gravitated, what made me gravitate towards it, because it was just it was so difficult to learn the language, but then I also didn't know much about the culture, and I was just truly just fascinated, and I just fell in love with it. So that's pretty much, yeah, how I got into languages.
That sounds so neat.
That is, yeah.
I remember they had Mandarin. And I was like, okay, I'm going to sign up for Mandarin and Spanish and Italian. Well,
Nice.
Day 2 of Mandarin, I walked up to the teachers like, can you drop this class for me, please?
Yeah. I've heard that's very difficult. I've heard that's a very difficult language, if you're a native English speaker.
Oh yeah, it was beautiful, but I just couldn't master it. So hats off to you.
Yeah, for real.
Thank
All
you.
right. How would you describe your sound?
Um, so I like the genre bend. So I it just keeps things interesting, and I try to make eclectic music. So I feel like genre bending is a great way to make eclectic music. It's really just genre bending. I really try to challenge myself with every song I make to try to instead, if I've filling in frequencies or instruments that with new things. Like if I have a song that maybe is a dance song and it's like, I'm gonna have like a heavy drum and kick in there, or kick and snare rather. But like, I could use a keyboard or a synth, but what else could I put in there? What else could fit those frequencies that I need to fill in the song? And without getting too technical with it, I just try to use just really experiment with different sounds, different instruments, and so my music is very reflective of that. It's kind of like with the whole languages thing. I was truly fascinated in challenging myself and learning things learning new things that I really didn't know anything about. And yeah, so I mean, that's pretty much my sound in general. I try to keep it interesting for the listener and every song, even if you might not like one song, but you may like this other song because it's a genre that it incorporates elements from genres that you might be more familiar with or like. So yeah, I just try to keep it interesting, keeps it lively.
That's even better.
Yeah,
Just
that
keep it
is.
interesting.
Yeah, keep
Yeah.
it fun.
Yeah.
Uh, Who have been some of your personal musical influences?
Um, so my main one, probably David Bowie. He's probably my main one. I grew up listening to him since I was little, but what I really the main reason I really liked he's a huge influence on me is because he was a total chameleon in music and in the way he did his music and his visual style. Um, and I relate to that whole genre bending side. I mean, throughout his career from start to the end, he was totally he challenged himself and he got into different things that maybe weren't as popular sounding music styles of music, but it was stuff that he really liked and he really resonated with. And he was very kind of a purist in that sense, and I really admire him, and it's influenced me a lot. Other than that, I would say probably Diana Ross, definitely, because she's just like she has this magnetism. I mean, from a performance standpoint, she's one of like the best performers I've ever seen.
Oh yeah,
Because if
hands
you
down.
ever watch her, she's just magnet. She's not. She's like just magnet. She's magnetic, and she just makes you feel good. And I think that whenever you play live, that should be the goal. Like to me, music has always been it's a communal thing. Like everybody, it's about everyone. I may be playing the music, but it's not about me. It's about everybody's enjoyment of the music. And I feel like she really encompasses
Absolutely.
that. And probably say the third one, I would definitely say probably like Marvin Gaye, just
Oh my
because his
gosh,
music was
top
just
three favorite.
amazing. Yeah, absolutely.
That's awesome. Those are some great ones. I have.
They
I'm gonna
are.
make you guys laugh. I have, of course, a Diana Ross story. Long story short,
Oh
No
make
no.
y'all laugh.
way.
Totally. She had a concert, and we all went as like this big huge family. And she called the little kids up on stage. So of course, before my mom could say no, I was gone, running towards the stage. And so I got up on stage, and then at the end she had us like all dancing, and then she kissed each one of us on the cheek. Needless to say, I didn't wash my cheek for a week or so.
Oh my gosh, that is so cool. There's no way.
It
That's such
was,
an amazing coincidence.
it was
I
like
said,
it was like the best story. My mom's like, you have to wash your face. So I washed around where she kissed me. It was awesome. Yep.
oh, that's awesome.
I mean,
Wow.
what little kid's not gonna want to keep that memory, even though of course, she left a lipstick print. Of course, that faded, but you know, you're just like, oh my
I mean, it's
god,
Diana Ross. It's Diana
exactly.
Ross.
I'm not
And she,
washing my face forever.
and she's just so awesome too, because I love how also like side note with her like with family, like she's
Yeah.
all about family. I'm all about family. She seems like all the interviews I've seen with her and her and her kids, They just seem like they're so tight, and they all do different things. And she has her thing in the music industry, and I think she has one son who's a rapper. But
Right.
all she has a bunch of other kids who do like all these other careers, really amazing careers, and but they're also tight and just so cool. So that's
Yeah,
another reason
Yeah.
why I love her.
I agree. Okay, so I have a question for you, Clifford. What
Yeah.
would you say is the hardest thing about being an indie musician?
Um, Indie musician, I would say probably sustainability. Sustainability is, especially because the music industry is just currently going through like so many major changes.
Right.
Right.
Um, I think you know, there's so many changes happening right now. So when you're just starting out, it's actually you c- it's difficult because you don't have a roadmap to work on. But I think in a lot of ways it's probably better in a lot of ways for people who are just starting out, because there's so many new avenues to put your music and your art. But I do think sustainability is the hardest thing, figuring out how to be sustainable and financially, and just, being able to keep doing your thing, your dream, what you love to do. Um, you know, how do you make that into a career?
That's yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. I would agree with that.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Now, where do you find inspiration for your music?
Um, it really just comes from everyday thoughts, experiences. Sometimes there's social and social events, or sometimes political events. Um, and then, of course, there's love. Like with
Yeah.
Mariana, there's
Right.
love. There's always that. You know, but it really just comes from whatever you're feeling. I mean, it's. I feel like you can listen to a lot of artists, and they'll say the same thing. So it sounds like a broken record, but it's really just however you're feeling. If you can't feel what you're excuse me,
Uh-huh.
if you can't feel what you're doing that day, if you can't feel what you're trying to create in the studio, or it's really hard to connect to it. And people can tell when you're being authentic in your music, listeners.
That's
And
That is true.
that's probably that's inspiring to me. I know when I listen to other artists, so I try to do the same thing and just try to be honest.
that's true.
That is true. I know you were talking about this a bit earlier with the industry changing, but how do you see it evolving?
um so it's interesting. I saw so playing live, I think, is something that it definitely has to be reworked, like from what it traditionally has been, like the big festivals and stuff like that, because of the changing, the realities that we've been facing since for the past couple of years, which is like changing health concerns of society, as well as COVID. And also there have been, unfortunately, there have been, any mass collective of people, getting together has a potential unfortunately has the potential of some unfortunate events occurring. And that's
Right.
been very obvious within the past 5 to 10 years. So I think, like, I was told today that I saw that, like, Cardi B, for example, she doesn't do any, like, um don't quote me on this, but this is what I heard, that she doesn't do any, like, big shows, like, I don't know if it's like festivals anymore. She does private events, and she apparently she gets a lot more money for it. And also, it's like, it's 100 people. They're small events, they're monitored very well.
Right.
And so I feel like that's the direction it's going to start to go. And I also, because I've been asked this before, and I think the whole, like, something in the future, that I don't know how far down the future this would be, but like some, like, 3D or VR or like holographic performances
Oh,
would be
that would be
really
Oh, that
cool.
would
cool.
be cool.
That would be
That
so
would be
sick.
awesome. That would be. I
Yeah.
guess it's kind
Yeah.
of, I mean, it's a catch-22 to do concerts like that because you have, the intimacy with the artist and you may get a chance to meet them or talk to them. But then, kind of like the whole Taylor Swift thing, everybody wants to see you on stage. So
Yeah.
it's kind
Yeah,
of like a
It
catch-22.
is definitely.
I'll go
it
see both
is.
of them though. Totally sign me up to see them both.
Definitely.
Now, is there one genre of music that you would like to incorporate into your work that you haven't gotten a chance to yet?
Yeah, I think I think something along in the realm of like techno music and like more intense EDM music would be something interesting to get into. I started working on this song recently, and I'm trying to kind of incorporate those kind of elements from those genres into it. And I didn't realize I realize now I have a huge appreciation for it because it's like there's a lot of musical theory that you have to understand. Not necessarily, I didn't personally go to school for music really. I had minimal teaching in music, but like it's obvious that the people, even if you haven't gone to have formal education in music, there's like an understanding with people who are really good at making EDM music that is like the amount of elements and sounds that they have that they overlap with each other, and it's very difficult to make it sound cohesive, but when it
Yes.
does, it's
Yeah.
like amazing. It's sonically just beautiful. So I think that would be a cool genre, like area to get into. Also, I would love to sing. I don't rap myself, but like I think it'd be cool to do like a hook, like sing a hook in a song, in a rap song for
Oh,
a
that
rapper.
That would be, yeah.
that
Yeah.
would be cool.
All right. You gotta tell us about your new single.
Okay, so a new single, Mariana, released recently. It's a love song. It was influenced by my fascination actually with the Mariana Trench, which I love the Mariana Trench. I think it's fascinating. I'm terrified of
Oh wow.
it, but it's like I don't know if you've ever seen. Have you ever seen documentaries of the Mariana Trench?
No, I
I
haven't.
know about all those weird fish and things that are in there.
Yeah.
Oh my
Well,
gosh. See, I'm gonna have to look this up, guys.
you have to see it because there's a documentary. It's a really good one. It's like the first thing that pops up if you're on YouTube. But it's like a it's like another world. It's like outer space on Earth because it's the deepest trench in the ocean, like in the world. And I don't remember how deep it is exactly. We have gone to the bottom of it, but we haven't. It's not like we've explored all of it. And it's just so fascinating to me. So I was playing with that idea, and then I kind of related it with finding true love. True love is like a deep concept, and finding your one true love is can be really kind of scary because you have to face yourself in a
Right.
very kind of vulnerable way. So that's where I kind of like diving to the depths of the ocean. You have to be willing to dive to the depths of the ocean to find true love.
That's
Um,
That is
cool.
true, yeah.
so it's
Mm,
delving. It requires delving into the unknown, and there's a constant potential of getting hurt, and it's like diving to the depths of the ocean. So that's where I kind of worked worked it out.
That's a good. I mean, that's a
That's
great
a good
analogy.
comparison.
It
Just
really is because it's scary. It's dark. It's
yeah.
you don't
Yeah.
want to. You always kind of want to stay in your bubble and not go outside of it. So that's yeah. That's a good
Might
analogy.
not be full of giant squid and things, but
Well, depending.
depending. It depends. All right. We're gonna go on a quick commercial break.
All
Clifford, would
right.
you stay around with us to have some fun coming up?
Wonderful.
Okay.
All right, we'll be right back. Welcome back to the show, everyone.
Oh, welcome back, guys.
If you're not downloaded Anchor.fm
App.
app,
Do it.
do it. Start making your own podcast today.
Did you forget the word app?
I forgot the word app. Let's get back to the show before I forget something else. Okay. What is your favorite city and why?
um, favorite favorite city. I went to Edinburgh, Scotland, to visit my sister.
Jealous
After
Oh,
already.
I want to go to
y-
Scotland.
yeah, my sister, it was amazing. My sister, she flew me over after I graduated high school. She was getting her master's at University of Edinburgh, and
Wow.
she flew me over. Yeah, after I graduated high school as like a present, and I was there for 2 weeks and stayed with her, and it was it's like a total that city is a total like cultural melting pot, and it's so there's so many different cultures, so many. It's a beautiful design. The architecture is just gorgeous. There's literally a castle on a cliff over like the water
Oh
that
my
you could just
God.
see like from the and you can at the bottom and like at the bottom of the cliff is the valley full of like pubs and just shops and places to eat, and you can look up and see this glorious old castle, and it's just breathtaking. That whole city was just amazing, and it's amazing. Definitely check out Edinburgh, Scotland, if you ever get the chance.
Is your sister still there?
No, 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 no. She's back over here, but
Oh, no. 'Cause I was gonna suggest that she fly your sister that you guys never knew you had over. But
Okay.
maybe we can arrange it.
exactly.
Exactly. What is one artist you would love to collaborate with?
Um, let's see. Mm, so producer. Well, I'll start with producer and then an artist. How about that?
Okay.
Producer would be Max Martin. I would love. He's a production genius. I mean, his track record of pop hits is just incredible, and I would love to just be in the same room as him. I mean, he's just a genius to me. And and then as far as an artist, I would say Stromae. He's Stromae. He's a Belgian artist, and he. I started listening to him before I studied abroad in Brussels, Belgium, for a semester in college, and he's from Brussels, and I started listening to his music, and I really fell in love with it, and I just feel like we have a lot of similar styles and the way that his approach to making music. He likes to he kind of genre bends as well, and I would love to have the opportunity to work with him.
That would be awesome.
That would be, yeah. If you had a time machine, where would you go?
Time machine, where would I go? I would say I would. So okay, can the time machine go forward?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Okay, so the time machine. So I would go forward in time, but not to talk to myself. Like I would actually go like 150 plus years in the future to
Oh,
see my
that's a
family.
That'd be
yeah.
interesting,
That
yeah.
could be interesting.
To see my family. I think that would be so cool, and just like to I don't know, just to like to meet. I've always like thought it would be so cool if if you had the opportunity to meet your ancestors. That
That
would
would be
just
Right.
be
really cool.
amazing.
Yeah,
That would be
But
fun.
yeah.
that would be.
I could see if my, generations, if they grew any. I'm
Yeah.
4'7", Clifford.
Yeah, you got
So
to see if the growing happens.
if the
Oh, so you mean
The
grow
next
as in
generation,
yeah,
physically grow?
the
exactly.
next generation got taller.
If they got taller,
No, they might get smaller.
that would be. You know what? The good things come in small packages. So
That is
there you
true.
go.
Right.
Hey, everyone's beautiful as
There
far as
you
I'm
go,
concerned.
Clifford.
Right. What is the one song that is always stuck in your head?
Oh, other than the songs I'm working on now, because they're
Right?
Right.
always stuck in my head. Um, I have to force myself to walk away from those ones. But let's see, recently it's been "Love" by Kendrick.
Okay.
Okay.
Kendrick Lamar. Love that song.
Right. What is your favorite dessert?
Favorite dessert? Oh, okay. My sister, I asked her for my birthday a couple years ago, to make me tahini chocolate chip cookies, and I haven't wanted anything else for my birthday since.
Oh
Have you ever
wow.
had
Wow.
tahini? Do you know what tahini is?
No, I was about to
No.
ask,
What
what
is
is
it?
that? Please tell.
Yeah, tahini is Tahini. It's essentially peanut butter, but instead of peanuts, it's sesame seeds.
Oh
And
my
it's a
god.
very and it's very it's more of a Middle Eastern thing, but it has this. It's not as like thick as peanut butter.
Uh
It's
huh.
more runny. So, but when you put it in a chocolate chip cookie, it's like you've had peanut butter chocolate chip cookies before, right?
Right.
But this is like what this does is make them so moist. You don't really taste as much of the nuttiness. There's not as much of a nutty flavor with tahini,
Huh.
but it's more of like it just makes them like the most moist chocolate chip cookies you'll ever have. And then you put like sprinkle some coarse salt on top of them when they come out of the oven. Oh my God, they're
Oh my
so
god.
That
good.
sounds interesting. Yeah.
That sounds really interesting.
Yeah,
I must try that.
yeah, definitely should.
Now, if you could have any superpower, what would it be?
Favorite teleportation, definitely.
Thank you. Yes.
Yes. Okay, you're there. Okay, yep. Gave an idea. Yeah,
Me and Gabe are on the
teleportation.
same
Yes. It
page.
is the most useful thing.
I just want
Right?
telepathy.
Yes, but think about it. You could go anywhere you want.
Oh, well, I mean,
Just like pop to Scotland. There, you're there. You don't have to pay for a plane ticket. Don't have to pack anything. Just you're there.
I just want to know what people are thinking. So I don't know, guys. I'm gonna have to stick to my guns
And
over
then
here.
like you could wake up like 5 minutes before work, and you're there. You don't have to get ready. You don't have to. You just boom.
See, that's my thing is like I would just like, oh, I got to go to the store. Boom, I'm at the store.
Yeah.
That's true.
But
All right.
telepathy would be pretty amazing.
That
But
would
it's
See,
like as long as you use it for good, I'm all
uh,
for telepathy.
Yeah.
oh, I totally would use it for good. I'm that kind of
No,
person.
absolutely. Yep. No, absolutely. I can
I would be
tell.
like, "What do you think? Oh, I know what you're thinking. Please don't think that. Let's talk about this." See, I would be all up in there and then give myself away, and then people would be like, "Lock me up somewhere," because
Probe
you
you.
know they'd probe me and do all kind of weird things. So yeah, that might I'd get myself in trouble.
uh,
If you can only take 5 things to a desert island, what would they be?
5 things to desert island. I'd say a sound system. So at
Okay.
least I can listen to music. It could be just a boombox. It could be something small, big. It doesn't matter. And then I bring a cast iron pan because I love
Right.
to
Right.
cook. I love to cook. So, and then I bring like I found it's a gardener's utility knife, but I don't know if you've ever seen. Like I got one for my sister for her birthday last year or the year before, and it's basically a knife that has like one side is serrated. It has a shovel part. It has like a
Wow.
Wow.
it's basically one of those like useful, just a utility knife, but it's like really amazing for doing chores around the house and doing gardening. So I'd
That's
probably bring one of
cool.
those.
Mm.
And then I bring a chessboard. I recently started playing like chess and like learning how to play chess basically. So I would bring a chessboard because I love to play games. I like video games, but I feel like that would be hard on a deserted island. So
Right.
I'd probably just bring a chessboard. And then finally, like uh, this may seem like a cop out one, but it's like just like a hammock or like some kind of really nice bed
No,
that
that's
like
That's
good.
good. Yeah.
something that I can like I know I can sleep well on.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
that's
Just take your entire bed with you.
Yeah.
There we go.
All
That's
right.
good. That's a good
Yeah.
idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just skip the hammock and take the
Take the whole
full
thing.
bed.
Yeah. Just like sorry. All right, everyone. I'm not gonna see you for the rest of my life, but I'm bringing my bed. Uh,
You
on
guys
on
can
my
come
on the
visit.
plane. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. What fictional character is the most similar to your own personality?
Okay, so I actually I couldn't I one time I actually did a test online for
Uh-huh.
this
I
and
love those.
I'm glad.
somehow yeah somehow I got you've seen Twilight. Have you seen
Right.
Twilight?
Right.
Okay,
Oh,
Alice Cullen.
oh
Alice, the
wow.
sister.
Wow.
Oh, that's pretty
Somehow
cool.
I got like 82% match with her. She was like the highest. And I was
Okay.
like, that's actually pretty sick. Like
That
Alice
is cool.
Cullen
She
is
is the
cool.
coolest.
Yeah.
Yeah,
She
she's
is.
the
Absolutely.
coolest Cullen, I have to say.
I
So
have to
yeah.
say so too. Yeah.
Thank you. Yes. I mean, I'm her apparently to this
There you
There
go.
we go.
personalitytest.com. Apparently that's me. So according to them. But no, but yeah, I love her character. So I
Oh
was
yeah.
happy
Oh
with
yeah.
it.
Her character is the best. It's not like the brooding with Patterson. What's his
Edward.
Edward.
Pattinson.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Patterson.
the
Yeah,
the
Edward.
broodiness of
I mean,
him.
you can't take him, and it's just like emo Batman
Oh
now.
my God.
So
We were
I
watching
can't.
the Batman the other day, and she could not take him seriously.
I
She was just like, "It's Edward dressed as a bat.
And then I was like, is he gonna shine? Is he gonna shine?
Is he gonna shine?"
So, yeah,
will say, yeah, the characters definitely overlap, like the style. They're very
Yeah.
broody. And yeah.
absolutely. I mean, he's a good actor, but I
Oh,
guess
yeah.
you kind of see them, unfortunately, as the
Yeah.
character that you associate with them. So yeah,
Yeah, it's
but
it's natural, and I think also the movie was 3 hours long. That was the hardest part for me. I was
that's
like,
true.
oh my gosh, three
Oh
hours.
yeah.
That's true. I
That's
think
true.
after the first hour, I knocked out.
Yeah, you knocked out.
Y-
I love the movie. Great, but
Yeah, he loved it, and I was like, I need to rewatch it. I'm sure I will love it, but
I need to rewatch it too
okay,
yeah,
because I've
that's
only
on our
seen it once.
see that's on our watch list
yeah,
then.
it's a great
Yeah.
movie.
We'll do it. Oh, holidays coming up. Do it over the
Yeah,
holidays. There you
there
go.
we
Absolutely.
go. All right. Speaking of movies, actually, what is your favorite movie of all time?
My favorite movie is it's probably my. It's called To Sir with Love. Have you ever seen that movie?
No,
No.
never seen that.
It's Sidney Poitier. You
Uh-huh.
know, yeah, he
Mhm.
and he's like he becomes a teacher at this like school in England in London, and the kids are really they behave poorly, and he is a really just really genuine and honest. You know, his character is very genuine, honest, and he basically teaches these kids how to just act in a respectful manner. It's like back from like the 60s, I think,
Oh
60s
wow.
or
Wow.
and it's a really really good movie. It's like one that I grew up with, and it's something that the lessons in it are just beautiful. If you ever get a chance, and if you like Cindy Poitier, um, check that out. It's To Sir, comma with Love.
Okay, we're gonna have to
So
check that out.
beautiful movie.
I mean, he was a phenomenal actor, so
Yeah.
anything
He
that he was
was.
in,
Hmm.
is probably
It's
gold.
probably
So
good. Yeah.
yeah.
He's like his like he's like a up there like with Diana Ross to me. Like he just
Oh
had
yeah.
this like kind of
Okay.
magnetism that was like just so beautiful. So
Yeah.
just a great person.
I agree.
I
Ten thousand
agree.
percent.
Hmm.
Okay, so what is your favorite social media app?
Um, I get see. I feel like it's probably YouTube. I mean, is YouTube considered social media?
I don't
Yeah, it
know. It
is
is.
for some reason.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
would say.
Because
It
I mean, it
doesn't
has
feel
like
like one.
comments and I guess and
Yeah.
stuff
Yeah, it
on it,
doesn't
but
feel like one, but it is.
because I mean, like, because it's videos and stuff. Like TikTok is social media, right? So like
Yeah.
Right.
to me, like, I mean, YouTube now has like shorts and stuff, so it's like basically social media as well. I don't know,
True.
but I don't really use a lot of social media like actively. I post on them and then I use them for business and stuff like that. But as far as like personal use, I don't use them as much. I go on TikTok sometimes and I like to post on TikTok sometimes. This is like creative, fun thing to do, you know.
Right.
But
Right.
as an outlet, but I guess I'd have to say YouTube
Right.
and recently, yeah, with Twitter doing some weird stuff, I don't know. I'm not really using that as much anymore. I might be getting
Right.
off that soon, so I don't know.
I think TikTok, I don't know, I've become obsessed with
You
just
have.
scrolling and scrolling and
Gabe's like, you
laughing
have.
and
You have.
scrolling. Gabe's like, yeah, you have. And I'll send him like just in maybe 20 minutes, I'll send him like 5 or 6 TikToks. I'm like, dude, you got to see this.
And I'm just like, I sometimes push back. I'm working here. I'll look at it later. Because like my phone's just blowing up, blowing up, blowing up, and I have to look over. I'm just like, what is she doing?
It's
Blowing up
TikTok.
with memes.
Yeah, it really
Yes.
is.
See, I love like because I love Vine. Like when Vine was a thing, I
Oh,
Right.
love Vine.
yeah.
Right? So like I love like the short little like humorous meme stuff that on TikTok.
I
Like I,
think
I watch like compilations of that on YouTube too. Like I love memes. So
that's it. That's
That's it.
one of my friends. He was just like, TikTok is only Vine. And I'm like, but yeah, I
It,
can't argue with
yeah.
that.
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, for a lot of it, definitely I feel like it is. Yeah.
It
Yeah.
is.
It is. You have one person to give a shout out to. Who is it, and why'd you pick them?
So my first inclination would be my family, just in general, because I love them and they've supported me through everything. But if I was doing somebody outside of my family, it would be Jerome Bigfoot Braley. He took an interest in my music early on, and we've collaborated before. And got to give a shout out to Bigfoot. He's been a huge influence for me. So
Oh, that's awesome.
That's awesome.
Okay, so we have something to tell Bigfoot. Hey,
yeah,
Hi,
Bigfoot.
Bigfoot.
he's gonna love that.
All right. What is the one piece of advice you would give to people who want to be in this industry?
um, I think that the most important thing, I mean, this kind of goes for art in general, any artist in general. I think it's important to find that spot within yourself where your mind and your soul meet, because that's probably where your creativity lies. I think everybody's creativity is unique and very different. And the most important thing to make it unique and different is to be able to be honest about what you actually believe in, what makes you, what's important to you. So try to find that spot. where you really, because if you start from there, if you're starting out and you have dreams of, making this a career, then you can't go wrong. And if you start out on the right foot with the right foundation, it's so important. From small
That's
baby
true.
steps are so important. And other than that, I would just say, believe in yourself and don't give up for anything.
That's great
That's really,
advice.
yeah. In addition to all that you have going on, what's next for you?
So I've been doing a lot. I've been doing a lot of end of year reviewing, end of the year things as you do. And I'm still kind of deciding. I'm always looking towards, making the next step and promoting my music, collaborating with people. And next step I think is just keep making music, making connections, putting myself out there, making as honest music as I possibly can, and I think just having fun with it.
That's awesome.
That is.
Just have fun with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go. All right. My final question is, what is one thing you want our audience to know about you?
So the main thing would be DEIA, diversity, equity, inclusion, and accessibility is very important to me and anything I do. So the goal with my music and with anything I guess I make is that nobody feels singled out when they experience it. So my goal is when I create it, from the lyrics to everything, I just try to make it so it's accessible and it's inclusive of all types of people. So that's the main thing. Everybody is welcome, and it doesn't matter where you come from, what your background is. You are welcome to, to embrace my music. I embrace everybody. So please, with that in mind, don't hesitate to say hi. And yeah.
That's awesome.
That's awesome. Now, actual final question, because Gabriel can't read the paper today. Where can people find you on social media?
Okay, so TikTok, I'm at clifford.music. YouTube, if you just type in Clifford Reeves, I'll pop up. SoundCloud, Spotify, Bandcamp. SoundCloud's soundcloud.com/Clifford Reeves official. And then all my music's on Spotify, Bandcamp, Apple Music. It's everywhere. Just type in Clifford, and you'll probably see a big red dog pop up next to my when you do so. He steals my limelight. What can I say? Sometimes, what can I say?
You should use that.
Yeah.
Use
that. But yeah, so my stuff's everywhere. So.
All right. Thank you so much for joining us today.
We really enjoyed having you on, for sure.
Oh, my pleasure. Thank you so much. Y'all were great.
Right.
So
Thank
friendly
you.
and nice.
Thank you, Clifford.
My pleasure.
And did you guys enjoy the show? I know we did. Thanks to Clifford for joining us today. Make sure to check out his social media and music. And to play us out, here's Clifford's new song, Mariana. Peace out, guys.
I'm in a storm on the sea. Need to feel your esprit. Feel your esprit. So I dive to the depths of the ocean. Dive to the depths of the ocean. So I can find you. Find you, maybe be free from the sea. It could be just us two. Love in the open blue. If we wanna, we could be alone and find our own nirvana in the Mariana. Can't take the surface anymore. I need something deeper than the shore. Don't need the superficial that leads to a love that fizzles. Need something that steams and sizzles, so profound it seems abyssal. Cause when the storms in the Mariana.